17-year-old Anna Bennett clutched the tiny pink onesie as her heart swelled with excitement. Her older sister, Elizabeth, or Lizzy as everyone called her, was about to give birth to her first child. The Bennetts were a close-knit family, and Lizzy had always been Anna's rock, her guiding star through the turbulence of teenage years. Now, Anna stood on the cusp of a new chapter, ready to embrace her role as an aunt. On the day of the birth, the hospital room buzzed with a mixture of tension and anticipation. Anna, her parents, and Lizzy's husband, Michael, waited anxiously as the hours ticked by. When the baby's cries finally filled the room, it was as if the entire world sighed in relief. Lizzy had brought a beautiful baby girl into the world, her cheeks flushed with exertion, her eyes filled with tears of joy. Anna held her newborn niece for the first time, marveling at her tiny hands and soft coos. It was a moment Anna thought she'd treasure forever, a snapshot of happiness, pure and untainted. The first few days at home were a whirlwind of sleepless nights and baby cries. Lizzy and Michael decided to stay at the Bennett family home for extra support. Everyone pitched in. Anna, eager to prove herself as the cool, dependable aunt, helped with diaper changes and late-night bottle feedings. Lizzy, though exhausted, seemed to glow with pride. But by the second day, cracks began to show. Lizzy complained of an unrelenting fatigue far beyond what she'd expected. "It's just the sleepless nights," she reassured Anna and their mother, Margaret, when they expressed concern. Her reassurances crumbled when she fainted while holding her daughter. "Lizzy, this isn't normal," Margaret insisted, her voice laced with worry. Michael, visibly shaken, agreed, and they rushed Lizzy to the hospital. Anna stayed behind, clutching her niece, her mind racing with prayers for her sister's recovery. The hospital was a sterile labyrinth of hope and despair. Doctors hurried in and out of Lizzy's room, their expressions grim. The family was informed that Lizzy had developed a severe postpartum infection. There were murmurs of internal bleeding, a complication they had missed during her initial stay. Despite aggressive treatments, Lizzy's condition deteriorated rapidly. She slipped away 2 days later, leaving behind a heartbroken husband, grieving parents, and a devastated younger sister. The funeral was a blur for Anna. She stood at the graveside, clutching her niece close, as if holding on to Lizzy's memory through her daughter. The baby, blissfully unaware of the pain surrounding her, gurgled softly, a stark contrast to the tears streaking everyone's faces. For Anna, grief was a relentless tide, pulling her under at every turn. The house, once filled with Lizzy's laughter, now echoed with an unbearable silence. Anna found herself retreating into her room, clutching Lizzy's favorite scarf, replaying old memories in her mind. Lizzy teaching her how to braid her hair, their late-night chats about life, and the countless times Lizzy stood up for her. One night, unable to sleep, Anna crept into the nursery. Her niece lay peacefully in her crib, her tiny chest rising and falling in rhythm. Anna felt a pang of guilt mixed with a fierce determination. Lizzy had loved this baby with all her heart, and now it was up to Anna to carry that love forward. The days that followed were a test of resilience. Margaret and her husband, Robert, were engulfed in their own grief, leaving Anna to navigate her pain mostly alone. She tried talking to her friends, but they struggled to comprehend the depth of her loss. She felt isolated, trapped in a storm of sadness, anger, and guilt. Why didn't the doctors catch it sooner? She whispered into the quiet of her room, her voice breaking. She could still be here. Slowly, Anna began to channel her pain into purpose. She spent hours caring for her niece, learning the ins and outs of infant care. Every smile, every giggle, and every milestone became a reminder of Lizzy's legacy. Anna started journaling, pouring her emotions onto paper, trying to make sense of the void her sister's death had left. One day, she stumbled across a note Lizzy had written during her pregnancy. It was tucked inside a baby book addressed to her daughter. "To my little sunshine," it read, "you are my greatest adventure. No matter what happens, know that you are surrounded by love." Anna wept as she read those words, clutching the note like a lifeline. In that moment, She realized Lizzie's love was still present, in her niece's innocent eyes, in the memories they'd shared, and in the bond that would never be broken. The journey of healing was slow, but Anna learned to find strength in the small things. She leaned on her family, her friends, and the memory of Lizzie's unwavering love. And as she watched her niece grow, she promised herself one thing. She would be the kind of role model Lizzy had been for her, strong, loving, and unyielding in the face of life's challenges. In the quiet moments, when the grief felt overwhelming, Anna would hold her niece close and whisper, "Your mommy loved you so much, and I'll make sure you never forget that." Because even in the face of unimaginable loss, love had the power to endure.